Hey, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing good. I am making this video about a specific topic that I believe I've briefly covered before in a past video, but it's the idea of like perseverance and continued unperfect practice, right? Um, the reason that I thought of this video idea and this topic specifically is from when I was out snowboarding yesterday. I have been a snowboarder in the past. When I was a kid, I did it for quite a few years. And there was one thing that I always struggled with the most, and that was riding goofy, riding with my right foot forward. Um, Anytime I ever got into that position somehow, I always just fell down purposefully and softly, right? And got back up so that I could ride regular again. And what I think is interesting is, and again, this concept wasn't really new to me necessarily, so I was able to apply it in this situation to kind of help me. Basically, the approach that I ended up taking yesterday is I remembered that that was something that I struggled with and decided, okay, we're going to ride goofy continuously for a set amount of runs. I think I did like 5 or 6, right? I just knew that I wanted to do this a few times to get myself adjusted. And obviously after a few runs, I became more comfortable and I grew out of that sort of scared mindset, I guess you could say. And so that's kind of what this is about, is just again that idea of really the unperfect practice and perseverance, because I think that there's a lot of misconception and things that I've fallen into as well, where when you get into something, you start practicing something new, you kind of get into this idea that, well, it needs to be perfect practice or else there's no way I'm going to get better at it, or any sort of misconception around practice, right? Everybody thinks that they need to have this most perfect practice routine and all that sort of stuff. And I fell into that as well with guitar. That's a lot of the videos that I see from guitar YouTubers. And to be fair, the videos do well, right? Because that's what people are seeking, is they seek this perfect practice routine, and they end up falling into this sort of trap where if they don't get that perfect practice routine, then progress wasn't made. And again, I think this concept can be applied to a lot of things. It's just that those few things are what I've noticed the most with guitar and obviously with snowboarding. It's just a matter of doing that said thing over and over and over again, and eventually you will be better at it or good at it, and you'll reach your goals and all that sort of stuff, right? The idea, I think, of the perfect practice routine comes from the concept that, well, I don't want to do it wrong, which is valid, but I think doing the thing consistently rather than worrying about whether you're doing it perfectly is more important, and by a significant measure as well. So that's really what the concept of this video is, even as well, is the idea that I need to post and make videos, and I need to do that consistently enough to the point where I feel comfortable with it. And then it becomes part of my routine. So this is an example of that, right? So again, to cover it all, it's the idea that you need to do it consistently. You need to do it every day, and it doesn't have to be for a long time. With guitar even, I took it for the first year, right? All my goal was to just pick it up and play it for 5 minutes. Now, most of the time I ended up playing it for more than 5 minutes, right? And that's just the nature of how things go, right? They say the same thing about going to the gym. Just get your shoes on and drive to the gym. By the time you get to the gym, you're going to go in the gym, right? Because you're not going to drive to the gym and then not do your workout. That would be stupid. So it's just a matter of doing it consistently, doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually you will learn the mistakes that you're making, or you will have a mentor come in and step in like I did with guitar. You go and seek that mentor and you go, hey, what am I doing wrong? You know, I've been doing it for X amount of time. I've gotten pretty good at X, Y, and Z, but you know that there's some things you need to work on, right? So again, I think that that's an important thing that people need to remember, and that's why I wanted to make a video on it, and also use it as an example for myself to actually make a video and post it. And who cares whether it does well or not? It doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of me doing it consistently. And I'm hoping to do this once a week, right? Post a video once a week. So hopefully, obviously, over time, the videos get better and are more meaningful, maybe. So again, that's all I really have for this video. Bit of a selfish video because I'm 50% posting it for me and just trying to push myself into the creation of content. So I hope you guys learned something. I know it's not the most well put together video. I know it's not the best video ever made, right? But again, the idea is doing things consistently and you will get better. And it's better to just do the thing consistently, even if it's unperfect. Most of the time it is. Because you will still get better at it and you will still improve, regardless of how good your practice routine is and the best routine other people have is, you know. So I hope you guys learned something, and if you guys have any thoughts on this or if you liked the video, let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.